Hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here. Let's start.
Before you listen, do me one favor. Hit that subscribe button because stories like this don't just entertain you, they wake you up. If you think blood is thicker than water, wait until it drowns you. My name is Daniel Hayes, and the people who taught me what love was are the same people who showed me how easily it can disappear when money enters the room. I didn't grow up with much, but I grew up believing one thing was unbreakable: family. Loud dinners, shared struggles, promises that no matter what happened, we would always stand together. Family first, my father used to say. And I believed him. I believed it so deeply that when my life finally started to change, when my business started growing and success finally knocked on my door, I thought I was winning for all of us. But success doesn't just change your life, it reveals everyone around you. At first, it was subtle. My younger brother asking for small help more often. My mother calling me, but never to ask how I was, only what I could do. My sister telling people I owed everything to the family, like my success came with a debt I never agreed to. And I didn't question it because that's what they taught me, right? Family gives without counting. So I gave. Money, time, energy, everything. I solved their problems like they were mine, and every time I did, they smiled. Not with love, but with expectation. I just didn't see it yet. Not until the night everything shattered. It was my birthday. I didn't want anything big, just dinner, just them, just a reminder that no matter how far life took me, I still had a place where I belonged. But the moment I walked into that house, something felt wrong. No laughter, no warmth, just silence. They were all sitting there like a meeting had already started without me. My father didn't stand. My mother didn't hug me. My brother avoided my eyes. And my sister, she smiled, but it wasn't love. It was victory. Sit down, my father said. No birthday wishes, no small talk, just an order. And somehow I still listened. I sat there, not knowing I had just walked into the biggest betrayal of my life. We need to talk about the business, my brother said. The business, the one I built from nothing, the one they ignored until it became valuable. My sister slid a folder across the table, papers, legal terms, signatures, cold and calculated. We think it's time the family takes control, she said. Control, not help, not support. Control. I laughed at first because it didn't feel real, but no one laughed back. That's when it hit me. This wasn't a discussion, it was an ambush. My father looked at me like I was a problem to solve, not a son to protect. You've done well, he said, but you're not thinking long term. Long term, I was the long term. I built everything they were now trying to take. And then my mother said the words that broke something inside me. You wouldn't even have this life without us. In that moment, every memory shifted. Every sacrifice felt like a transaction. Every moment of support felt like an investment waiting for a return. You want my company? I asked, even though I already knew the answer. Their silence confirmed it. They weren't asking. They were expecting. Because in their eyes, nothing was ever truly mine. My brother leaned forward and said, You trusted us, remember? And that's when the truth slammed into me. All those documents I signed without reading, all those family arrangements I never questioned, they had been planning this piece by piece for years. I wasn't at dinner. I was in a trap, and they had built it using my trust. We protected what's ours, my father said. Ours, not mine, never mine. That single word ended everything for me, because I finally saw it. I didn't have a family, I had a system that worked only as long as I stayed small, obedient, useful. The moment I became something more, they tried to pull me back down. I stood up, calm but empty. You know what hurts the most? I said. It's not the money. It's not the company. It's realizing none of you ever saw me as a person, just an opportunity. For the first time, they had no response, because deep down they knew it was true. I'm not signing anything, I said. My sister smirked with confidence and replied, You already did. But here's what they didn't know. While they were planning behind my back, I was protecting myself in silence. Every asset secured, every decision documented, every move calculated. Because somewhere deep down, I think I always knew this day would come. I looked at them and said, You should have read the newer contracts. That's when everything changed. Confusion turned into panic. The company you're trying to take isn't even in my name anymore, I told them. Silence filled the room, the kind that shakes people. My father stood up, anger in his voice. What did you do? I met his eyes and said, I made sure you couldn't do this to me. In that moment, everything they planned collapsed because they underestimated the one person they thought they had control over, me. You think you're smarter than your own family? My sister snapped. No, I said. I just stopped trusting them. That's when the mask fell off completely. No more pretending. No more fake love. Just anger, entitlement, and truth. You're walking away from your own blood? My mother asked, and I answered with the only truth left. No. You walked away from me a long time ago, and then I left. No shouting, no drama, just footsteps echoing through a house that no longer felt like home. Because sometimes the hardest truth isn't that your family betrays you. It's realizing they were never who you believed they were, and walking away doesn't feel strong. It feels empty, quiet, like losing something you can never replace. But it also feels like freedom, because for the first time in my life, I wasn't living for people who only loved me when I was useful. I was living for myself. And if you're still listening to this, ask yourself one question. Are the people around you loving you, or just using you? And what would you do if one day you finally found out the truth?